Good morning. My name is Michelle Tiemeyer with Iowa State University Extension, bringing you information for everyday living. We're glad you're here again. We're here each second Tuesday of the month, bringing you important information about Extension and the educational opportunities that we have for everyone that resides in our county, Black Hawk County. Just as a reminder, we do have an office location at 3420 University Avenue, as well as a location at the Carver campus. The Dick Young Greenhouse is at 1505 Logan Avenue. So we invite our listeners to stop by at any time and see us, and stop by and just find out a little bit more about Extension. Our doors are always open. We'd like to call attention to our listeners today. We've got a couple great resources in our studio today. Bill Orndorfer is our Regional Director with Black Hawk County Extension, located here, serving a larger area. We'd like to say welcome to you, Bill.
Thank you, Michelle.
And also in our studio today is Lillian Thomas. Lillian is a member of our Extension Council, and I think, Lillian, you have been on our show in the past.
Yes, I have, Michelle.
We welcome you back.
Thank you.
We're going to take a few minutes and talk to both Bill and Lillian about an upcoming opportunity for the community to become very intricately involved with Extension. Probably many of you do not realize that the Extension Council here in our county, as well as all other counties in the state of Iowa, are guided by an elected body. And Lillian is an elected member of the Black Hawk County Extension Council and serves a 4-year term in that capacity. Those elections are coming up again in November, in fact on November 6th. So we're going to take some time today to talk to Bill and to Lillian a little bit about the process by which anyone in our community, as long as they're an eligible voter, can become an Extension Council member, get on the ballot, and then get out there and let people know you're there, and then for the official vote November 6th when that happens. But before we get into our program today, we do want to remind our listeners that Iowa State University Extension and Outreach is, we are the university's research arm, and we take the opportunity to bring learning experiences to Iowans. We do many things by helping families make better nutrition choices. We help kids and teens explore interests that may lead to a future career. We also help businesses improve their bottom line. And lastly, we help local leaders make their communities better places to live. And that's really why we're all here, to make our community a better place. So with that, we'd like to go ahead with our program guests today, Bill and Lillian, and say thank you for being here and kind of get into this whole discussion about elections coming up. But before we do that, let's just learn a little bit about your background and what your involvement is with Extension. Lillian, why don't we start with you as an Extension Council member. Tell us a little bit about how long you've been a member and a little bit about your job as an Extension member.
My name is Lillian Thomas, as Michelle said, and I'm finishing up my second 4-year term as a council board member. I got involved in this by my son-in-law, really, but it has been a very good experience because it was an experience that I had not had before. So I feel that I bring to the board, as we make decisions for our community and our county, a different experience of my life experiences. I have 2 daughters, so I was involved with the Girl Scouts, and I'd never been involved with this leg of our community. But it has been very rewarding for me because I see now that, as most people might think, county extension just deals with farming, and that is so not true. And that has been very much a learning experience for me, Michelle.
Right, and Lillian reminds us that there are many facets of Extension. You mentioned the youth development portion through our 4-H programs.
Yes.
And also we have some nutrition programs, horticulture programs, and I know that your lives, both you and Clyde and your families, have been touched by those opportunities as well.
Absolutely. I think it gives families an opportunity not only to learn how to live a healthier life, but it gives them an opportunity to be with each other doing fun things. And as I say that, I think about my husband and my grandson, who has a garden plot at Jesse Cosby Center. And it gives them an opportunity just to spend some grandson and, as he calls him, pawpaw time together. And also teaches him that he can grow his own food, and teaches him to eat healthier. And I think that's so important, as our First Lady says. That's her big push now, living healthy. And I think it's wonderful that Extension is right along with that.
We hear so much now about childhood obesity
Yes.
and the importance of eating healthy, and so it sounds like your grandson is learning all the tricks of the trade.
Yes.
Right there from
Yes.
Clyde, so that it is, and it's fun to watch him too.
Yes.
It's a fun exchange, so we appreciate the time that they spend also together, because I think that's really important, good time being spent together. Lillian, you mentioned this was the second of a 4-year term on the council, so it is a 4-year term, and each year every 2 years, I should say, we solicit council members. And so we're glad to have had Lillian the last 8 years. I don't know if she'll make any announcements today on radio or not, whether or not she's gonna run another 4-year term, but she's certainly eligible to do that, and that will be a decision that 4 of our council members will be making, whether or not they'd like to run again. So thank you, Lillian, for bringing us that great wealth of experience, and also a diverse thought. As you mentioned, you know, getting to know other parts of the community, and I think we're all guilty of that we really don't know our community like we should, and the opportunities that exist for everybody.
Yes. And may I say, when people see my name on the ballot, they'll say things like, well, you don't have any yard signs, I haven't seen you out campaigning.
Right.
But the word does get out that I'm running, and that's been an experience for me, because
Right.
I never thought that I would be on a ballot, but here I am on a ballot, and it's really been just, I can't say it enough, a growing experience for me, because I just feel like it's so important that I had 2 daughters, and I just feel like it's so important that families stay connected, and Extension helps you to do that in so many ways. My grandson loves Legos, and I know they have a Lego
Right.
club. So there's so many opportunities for families to be involved. And if you sit on the board, you get to help make some of those decisions about some of those things that's going to happen.
Right, so I think that is important, so that folks do know those kinds of things. And Lillian is joined by quite a slate of other Extension Council members, and maybe we'll just take the time now to let folks know who also serves on the board with Lillian. As we mentioned, there's a 9-member board, and also Kevin Sittig is chairman of that committee and has been for quite some time. So Kevin farms south of town. We also have Lucy Evans, who is assistant principal at George Washington Carver Academy, also serves on our council, as does Mike Peepo, an engineer from John Deere. David Glenn Burns, who is a pastor, serving the campus folks over at the University of Northern Iowa. Gloria Paulson, who was a longtime educator in the Waterloo schools. Bruce Clark, who is currently a banker within our community. And Don Moore, who also is an accountant and farmer together. And so we have quite a slate there of folks that also give of their time. And we might want to mention that this is unpaid time. As an elected official, Lillian and her comrades are doing this at no pay, so it really is a labor of love and a great gift to our community, because it is all time spent volunteering. So thank you, Lillian, for your time. Bill, let's turn a little bit to you. Give us a little bit about your background and how you are engaged in the whole election process. So let's start with your background.
Okay, well, let's start with my background with Extension. In 2001, I began my time with Extension as the Grundy County Extension Director, serving Grundy County specifically. And from there, in 2009, I became a crops field specialist for a short term, about a 10, 11 month period of time, where I worked on special projects for the university. And then after that, I served as the Butler and Grundy County Extension educator for about 1.5 years. And since the first of this year, I have been in my new role with Extension as the regional director, where I serve 6 counties, including Blackhawk, Grundy, Butler, Bremer, Buchanan, and Tama counties. So it's a new learning opportunity, and it's a great opportunity to see how each of the counties operate. And I really appreciate Lillian's comments regarding her service on the Extension Council, and the many opportunities that Extension does offer. And I think there's some really good points that have been made there about how it is to strengthen families, strengthen communities, bring people together, and that's really the role that I think we serve with Extension.
Bill, you have a very background, so I appreciate all the experience that Bill brings. Bill is actually located in our Blackhawk County office, so we're really glad to have the experience and resources in our office that Bill brings. I do want to just backtrack a bit because I can't count to 9. I only gave the names of 8 Extension Council members, and Lillian goes, "Yep, I know." Candy Streed also is a member of the Extension Council, and she serves, her daytime job is with Silos and Smokestacks National Heritage Park. And so we want to acknowledge Candy also as a current member of the Extension Council, especially if she's listening today. So anyway, Bill, thank you for providing background. Maybe you can just kind of start getting us into a little bit about what this, how folks can get on the ballot and what the process is between now and November, when folks actually will go to the polls and vote.
Okay, well, yeah, sure, I'll be happy to kind of run through that process. This is the time of year in most counties there will be 4 elected officials, or for the council, positions will be available. In some cases there may be some 2-year terms because maybe somebody had to leave the council early for whatever reason, and so there will be 1 or 2 2-year terms that will need to be filled. And again, anybody can serve on the Extension Council. We really welcome diversity. We really want a lot of different experiences, both professionally, ethnically, all kinds of life experiences. Age-wise, we want diversity on age as well, because we want to be able to serve in each of our counties the makeup of the county. So it is really important that we look at being as diverse as we can. Our nominating committee, each Extension Council has appointed a nominating committee, or they will if they haven't already at this point. And the nominating committee needs to be made up of 2 males and 2 females. And their role will be to solicit candidates for the open seats that are available on the Extension Council. Now, we have council members that maybe wish to run again, and certainly they're welcome to do that, and that they'll have that opportunity. The positions are available to anybody in the county who's interested in serving on the Extension Council. And it is not a paid position, as has been mentioned, so it's an opportunity to serve the community in really many ways. And I think that's really the plus. So for those who have a passion to help others, I think this is a great opportunity. And maybe we should really talk a little bit about some of the program areas and stuff that Extension's a member of, or a part of as well, to allow people to see the diversity of educational opportunities that exist with Extension.
You bet, and we've mentioned several of those today, but certainly there are many key areas that Extension covers. So anybody that has interest in any of those areas, because it is so broad and diverse, I think it really does open the door and say, oh, I might really like that, or I'm interested in that, or I have some special skills or talents.
And that's really the key, because that gives us the opportunity to tap into those special talents that people have, or special viewpoints. You know, it's very easy to stay, and I'll describe it as tunnel vision, you know, where you're used to doing things a certain way, and you don't always think about what's outside of the box. You know, that obviously our common phrase today, think outside the box. And by having the